it doesn't have to be just finance necessarily, but just generally speaking, what would you say is your definition of being successful?
Well, a business owner or an individual can be successful in different ways. They could make monetary success, but what does that sacrifice does that come at? To me, a successful person can find that balance of I'm doing what I can do to be profitable, but yet there's another life besides work. So to me, a successful person is one that can find that balance, and which is what I would hope to achieve by offering services to people, is taking some things off an owner's plate that they can do whatever they want with that time.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that's a successful person, is one that's able to strike that balance of work, life, and spiritual, whatever.
Yeah, and would you say there's one balance that fits everyone, or does everyone kind of have to find their own personal balance and what works best for them?
Well, everybody's got different circumstances. Some people I've got a family with 2 kids.
Yep.
My circumstances are gonna differ from a single person. So
Yeah.
So everybody needs that find that balance, but there is a balance to be found by everybody.
Absolutely. That was a bit of a loaded question, I'll admit, because I find that point of belief fits in so many different worlds, and I'll use it in yours, saying there's not one set of recommendations or one set of planning that should be done for every business from a bookkeeping standpoint, just like there's not one set of personal balance or financial balance to be found for every family. So I kind of wanted to put that in there just a little bit, but I really appreciate your response, because I think that's very accurate and really important.
How do you find that in your industry?
In my industry, for me personally, I think it just comes down to the person. I think people need to really truly ask themselves what's most important to them. And whatever that is, let's do our best to achieve that for you. Unfortunately, our society today has so many social pressures on how you should live, rather than telling us we should just try to be happy.
Right.
Whether it's you need to buy the brand new car to keep up with the Joneses or your neighbors, whether it's you need to go on all the vacations or take Instagram posts or Snapchat posts from all these really cool places to try to act like you're successful, rather than actually feeling successful. So for me, I don't think there's one set circumstance, but I will say for me personally, I believe the definition of success for me is the ability to not only financially support my family, but also emotionally be able to be there for them. From not only emotional, but also from a time standpoint.
Yep.
Not one or the other. I've known many people in my life who had parents who were millionaires but weren't around all that often, and maybe that worked well for them. And I'm not saying that's bad, but for me personally, I would like to have a nice balance between those two. And I know for me, growing up, I can't remember more than a couple of gifts my parents ever bought me, but I can remember the fact that I never had one single event that at least one of my parents weren't at.
Yeah.
So I'm really thankful for that.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what's helped kind of guide me in my beliefs from a planning standpoint as well. So I appreciate you asking me that.